finishing up a little pulling workout. I hope all you are doing very well today because I am doing great. Hey, there's a concept of elastic resistance training that I think is being missed way too often, and it's because we're using bands that are either too large or not set up correctly for what we're trying to do. And here's what I mean. Elastic resistance. You're going to get your biggest bang for your buck when you're working with an elastic setup that you can make sure always maintains constant tension. Because if that setup keeps constant tension, when I go to reach, it's going to make me have to load all the structures I'm looking at loading. It's making me load my hip. It's making me lengthen out my lat and my rib cage. So I'm putting all those muscles on stretch, which is what gives me that ultimate pull and power when it comes to elastic training and strength training. It's being missed way too often. Instead, what people are doing is they're letting tension be loose when they get to their loaded position, and subsequently they're not getting loaded. They're not lengthening out structures. They're not lengthening out muscles to load them. And as a result, if a muscle's not loaded, it's not going to contract very well. So what I'm saying is this. Whatever band system you are using for your clients, it must be in a tension-loaded position at all times. So when I grab this system, I'm going to step out. I'm going to put myself in the load. Now I'm going to make sure I've got a load on there right now. I want a load on there, but I'm not overstretching my bands, which is the second part of this. I'm not going to put myself in such a small band that it requires me to have to really lengthen out to get any kind of load or tension. Instead, what I'm going to do is go a bigger band, but I'm going to make sure that when I get to the length of my range, I am loaded, and then when I get to my full pull, I'm not overstretching the band. The point is, you must keep tension on the system at all times, and you must have tension on the system when you're fully loaded. Because if you don't, you're not going to get that explosive unload, muscle contraction, and that feeling like, hey, these muscles are really working hard feeling. You're not going to get that. Keep tension on the system. Put bands in that allow your clients to fully load and fully explode. If the band is too big, they're not going to fully load because they're inhibited. So you got to be able to work with that. But most importantly, if the band is not being overstretched and the person is fully lengthening and they're really letting themselves go, you are going to get an ultimate functional response that's going to load the muscle and really make it work. Start letting your clients really feel what it feels like to get a full load with a loaded band and then have to explode out of it. And I think you'll see right away their eyes light up and they'll be much more excited about band training.